The Moto X series isn't what it used to be. Since Lenovo's acquisition of Motorola's smartphone business, the once high-end Moto X lineup has been demoted to a mid-range ranking, overtaken by the Z series as the Moto brand's top smartphone selection. But this year's Moto X4 has intrigued us nonetheless. In a nutshell, it is a mid-range handset with premium looks, one that just barely eclipses the G series spec sheet, but stands out with its fancy construction, dual-camera setup, and IP68 water resistance. It currently costs $350 unlocked on Motorola's website, $325 from Google with Android One software and Project Fi service, or $280 on Amazon as the Prime exclusive phone with lock screen ads. But is any of these Moto X4 flavors actually worth getting? In the box. Moto X4. USB-C to USB a turbocharger. Quick start guides and warranty info. Interface and performance. For the record, the Moto X4 we're reviewing comes with additional Moto software and the Amazon Alexa Assistant. This is the variant you'll find on Motorola's website, unlocked and compatible with all major US carriers, as well as with Google's Project Fi service. Amazon is offering what is basically the same Moto X4, but with lock screen ads to bring the price down. Prime membership required. The Android One version of the Moto X4 comes only with Google's own apps and services, without lock screen ads and without Alexa. That said, the Moto X4 we're reviewing doesn't deviate far from stock Android, a choice which you'll find little complaints about on this end. But a few differences exist. The most prominent of these comes in the form of the ever-expanding Moto app. In here, you can enable the following. Moto Key, which turns your phone into an authentication device for your Windows PC. Basically, you can use the Moto X4's fingerprint reader instead of your account's password to log in. Moto Key authentication works with apps and websites as well. Moto Actions. This is where you enable gestures, such as a double tap to turn the flashlight on. You can also enable gestures on the fingerprint sensor, such as swipe left to go back. Moto Display, similar to Samsung's Always On display, but instead of always being on, this screen is engaged with a wave over the phone, showing you recent notifications and the time. Moto Voice, which responds to a handful of specific commands by bringing up interactive cards or apps elicited by a show me phrase. Commands are pretty limited, displaying the ability to view your schedule, weather, a handful of Google apps, and that's about it. This is also capable of authenticating and unlocking your phone to display content or keeping the device locked and showing content on the lock screen. In terms of power, the X4 packs a Snapdragon 630 with 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB storage. These specs are not quite high-end, but performance was mostly pleasing. Animations weren't always the smoothest, but jumping back and forth through your busy, app-filled day won't leave you waiting or hungering for much more. Gaming, of course, is the least smooth, but still quite doable.